time to take a spotlight here and take a look at crude as prices continue to rise. Jay Young is with us, CEO of King Operation Corporation, to talk all about crude. And of course, everybody focused on JP Morgan's call that we are likely to see $6 or more in the summertime, end of the summertime. What's going on here? What's your summation of what we're seeing?
Yeah, Nicole, thanks. I appreciate it. I'll tell you what's happening is, we're seeing the aftermath right now of not drilling for oil in the United States. Back during the drill, baby drill, we were seeing $2 gas. Today, we don't have the supply needed because we've never gotten back to drilling for oil in the United States like we were before. Therefore, our demand's going up. People want to drive further for the summertime. 3 million Americans want to drive, and some of them are going to hold back and not drive as far this Memorial Day and also this summer.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we have a lot of catching up to do because now as COVID is over, demand is hot. We're seeing that, as you noted, we haven't been drilling as much. However, I did see export prints saying that the U.S. is doing the most ever. I sort of found it confusing because during the last administration, I felt like we were doing a lot, and then I felt like there was a pause. So what's going on here, and what do we need to know going forward, more importantly?
Yeah, I mean, the United States needs to have so much oil because we have a huge demand here in the United States. And when we're drilling and completing wells and producing here in the United States, we need 20 million barrels of oil in the United States, and we're only producing about 12. We hope to get to 12.4 million this year. And so when we need more oil and we don't have it, and the demand goes up, then obviously we're seeing that the price will go up. We don't want prices to go up. We want to, and I do feel like that, yeah, this is going to be, a hard summer, maybe a hard year this year with oil prices and gasoline prices, but and also inflation. We're dealing with inflationary times right now because, if it costs more money to transport food, that food's going to cost more. And when it does, obviously we're going to see inflationary because prices are going to start, going up. So we need to continue drilling. We need to keep on what we're doing right now. Public companies are coming back to drilling, which is great. Exxon at one time said, I made $6 billion last quarter. They spent $10 billion buying back stock instead of drilling new wells. I see it now. They're starting to come back. So in a year or 2 years, when that catches up, that will be fine. But it's going to take a little bit of time for us to get there.
And so we're going to suffer with pain at the pump right into our wallets over the summer. That being said, I thought an interesting theme within your notes was about ESG investing, and that even a firm like BlackRock, for example, says, look, it can't just all be, save the planet, I guess, right? Because it costs a lot to make renewable energy to be clean. I mean, you need to have a balance, and it takes time to incorporate that, right? What do you think about that theme?
It does. It takes a long time to put together all the money necessary and the ESG and the electric cars and all the things that's coming together, but it's just going to take a little bit more time than we thought. And with with everybody knocking out rigs right after the pandemic, we went down 75% rig count. We're not even back to 60%, 65% yet, but it's going to take time for us to get there. And with the ESG and the natural gas, we're drilling a lot more natural gas wells right now than we did before because the prices are up. And it makes more sense for the country and for the operators to drill for natural gas. So we're getting there. I don't think everybody saw this coming, and they didn't see demand coming back as fast as it did, and seeing the after effect of the rig count. Because if rigs aren't drilling, there's three reasons why people aren't drilling. The government, either federal, state. Number two, public companies weren't back to drilling, and number three, your BlackRocks weren't investing. But now you're going to start seeing them coming back and investing, and you'll see everything starting to go back the other way. Everything's a cycle. And now the good news is I don't think that we're going to see, oil prices go below $60 a barrel anytime soon, which will be great for the operators like us drilling for oil and gas wells for economics. That internal rate of return, it won't go to 20 or 30 or anything like that anytime soon, which will be good.
Oh, well, that seems very far away, right? Okay, so why don't you do some predictions for us? I mean, they don't have to be right, and you don't have a crystal ball, but you said it won't be below 60. How about 120, 130? Just quickly, let's go through some ideas. Is 120 more likely than 75?
Oh, 75. Okay. I thought for a second,
or 60 or
I can see it going up 40. I can see it going up 40 more than I can see it going down 40 in the next year.
And then I also thought it was interesting, too, how you said about Exxon, moving from buybacks back to moving that money into some drilling, right? I mean, tell me about some of the companies that you think are some good plays here that seem to be doing the right thing.
Yeah, and Pioneer, we listened to Scott Sheffield at a conference last week, and Scott's a great guy, and Pioneer Energy, they drill a lot of wells. They said we have 23 rigs running right now, and he's chomping at the bit. I mean, he comes from a long history of oil and gas, and they're chomping at the bit right now to increase their rig count. So I feel like that Pioneer, Concho, the Conoco, also heard him speak the other day, your Exxons, those companies, and maybe even some smaller companies that can do it 2x, 3x in the next year are going to be more favorable, that have low debt right now, that have lower debt, have a lot of production, good value, but we don't want to see them going into the year or into next year with a lot of debt, because you want to see it where the price is good, they have good loan to equity ratios. We're not seeing a lot of debt, but they're drilling in great areas. They have a lot of acreage, a lot of great Earthstone, companies like this, Ring Energy out of Midland, companies like that don't have a tremendous amount of debt, but they have some great projects that they have a good drilling program on. There's nothing like increasing value by drilling good oil and gas wells in good, favorable areas.
Yeah, and most of these names, by the way, are all at 52-week highs. I was just checking Conoco, the names you mentioned, Pioneer, ConocoPhillips, also Exxon, are all at 52-week highs pretty much. Jay Young, nice to see you. King Operating Corp, thank you very much. Thanks for the conversation. We appreciate it.
Hey, call me back anytime. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Great weekend.
Yeah, good. I look forward to our next chat.